Spring meeting, International Monetary Fund meeting April 2021. Let's look at what we're going to discuss, what are the various outcomes in terms of economic forecast. The first discussion was on the sustainable development. Second is on the digital economy at IMF. Third one is COVID-19. Fourth one is the discussion on economic growth. First one, sustainable development at IMF. Critical concerns surrounding the accountability and outcomes for people and the climate. Nobody is immune to climate revolution. So we need accountability and we need the outcome towards a more equal and green recovery. Very important. Sustainable value creation is all about equality. The impact of debt in poor countries and a proposal for fair and green recovery financing. Who is going to finance? So, why climate transition risks are macro critical? Why it is macro critical climate transition risk? Green investments for recoveries. A fiscal forum panel on climate change and the urgency of a green recovery. It's very important we maintain a very strong green recovery. We need a fiscal forum to do that. On the digital side, the second item which IMF discussed is digitization and revenue administration and expenditure chain. How the digitization of the revenue administration and expenditure chain will be measured and managed and controlled. Supporting COVID-19 spending transparency through digital platforms. So more we bring in digital advantage, everything is automated. That's a solution for the virtual world. And you can eliminate corruption, you can eliminate the parallel systems, and you can also make sure speed and accuracy comes in terms of governance. How systems are changing for people and planet. Developing safe, efficient, inclusive digital payment systems. So settlements have to come through the digital value advantage. So as far as the third items, COVID-19 is concerned, vaccinating the whole world, Saudi Arabia's policy response to the COVID-19, avoiding a COVID-19 death trap, vaccines for developing countries, governing challenges and lessons from COVID emergency financing. It's crucial that vaccine for developing countries, governance challenges and lessons from COVID emergency financing, avoiding COVID-19 death trap, Saudi Arabia's policy response to the COVID-19 crisis, vaccinating the world. Now, discussions on economic growth at IMF. One is Brazil, for example, policy challenges and reform priorities on the path to recovery. Achieving inclusive growth. Inclusive growth. Everywhere you have to have inclusive growth. Financing the future amidst crisis. Inequality and debt. The poor countries, what sort of debt write-offs or concessional advantage? Financing the future. Achieving inclusive growth. Policy challenges and reforms. Then the last one is on the global growth. So aggregate, we are going to grow 5.5% this year 2021. Advanced economies 4.3%. Within the advanced economy, US is going to be 5.1. 4.3 will be the aggregate. Global growth will be 5.5. US is 5.1. UK is 4.5. Euro is 4.2. Japan is 3.1. What about the emerging markets? They are going to do 6.3%. Topping the list, India with 11.5%. And again, now we have to look at how exactly the whole thing is going to move. So the whole approach now is to recognize there are opportunities for upgrade and incremental value. Spring meeting has come out with the incremental value of 12.5% for India and 6.1% for China. And again, the BRIC economies should do around 3.6% in aggregate terms. The rest of the Brazil or South Africa and Russia should be in the range of 3+. So definitely there is a growth momentum, an incremental growth momentum looking at the vaccination drive. And Middle East, North Africa should do around Middle East and Central Asia, I should say, that should do around, in aggregate terms, 3%. So, world output 5.5, advanced economies 4.3, emerging markets 6.3, Middle East and Central Asia is 3%.